Hi there. My name is Dr. Alexandra Owens, and I'm an assistant professor of education at McKendree University. Today I'm going to show you how to administer and score the core vocabulary screening test, which can be found in the text Assessing Reading Multiple Measures. The core vocabulary screening test measures how well students know the meaning of print-based grade-level vocabulary words they read silently. The task involves reading a word in a box and choosing which of three answer choices means about the same as that word. Two student forms, Forms A and B, and answer key are provided for each grade level. Forms A and B are approximately parallel. They can be used for pre- and post-testing. Vocabulary knowledge is critical to understanding grade-level text. Even students who are good decoders will have difficulty comprehending what they read if they do not have adequate vocabulary knowledge. The core vocabulary screening test is designed to identify students whose print-based vocabulary knowledge is significantly lower than that of their peers. Students are tested in groups or individually. They read a word in a box and choose by underlining one of the three answer choices, which means about the same as the word in the box. The words in the boxes were chosen because they typically appear in both literature and instructional text in a given grade. The correct answer is a synonym or near synonym, which comes from lower grade text. Make a copy of the test for each student. Be sure students have a pencil to mark their answers. Have students write their names and date at the top of the test. Explain the directions to the student. Say this. This activity is about word meanings. You will read a word in a box and some other words in the same row. Underline the answer that means the same or about the same as the word in the box. We will begin with a sample item. Look at the sample item at the top of the page. Read the word in the box and the other words in the same row. I want you to tell me the word that means about the same as the word in the box. The word in the box is scream. The word that means about the same as scream is yell. I want you to underline the word yell. Now, we will do more items like the sample. For each item, read the word in the box. Think about what it means, and then read the other words in the row. You should choose the word that means the same or about the same as the word in the box. Underline the word you think is correct. Do you have any questions? Answer any questions that the students have. You may begin now. Allow time for students to fill in their answers. If some students are lagging behind the others and need additional time, you may allow them to complete the assessment on their own at a different time. If a student is not reading at grade level, consider administering this assessment orally to the student. Forms A and B are not designed to be administered at the same time. Form A can be used as a pre-test, and Form B can be used as a post-test to see if a student has made any progress. In grade 1, administer Form A in the early spring and Form B at the end of the year. The results of this assessment are reported as the number of words correct. A student who scores at the intensive level, 49% or less, correct, may be having significant difficulty with understanding grade level material because of insufficient vocabulary knowledge or below level decoding skills. Lack of grade level decoding skills may affect a student's acquisition of print-based vocabulary. Accurate pronunciation of a word provides access to the student to the word's meaning and a reader's oral vocabulary. A student who scores at the strategic level between 50% and 74% correct may be having some difficulty understanding grade level material because of insufficient vocabulary knowledge or below grade level decoding skills. A student who scores at the benchmark level, or 75% or more correct, has adequate vocabulary knowledge for grade level reading. These levels of performance can be found on page 120 in the text Assessing Reading Multiple Measures. Vocabulary development may be improved somewhat through direct instruction and practice, but the greatest gains will be the result of oral interaction and reading material with a rich vocabulary. Typical conversation does little to expand a student's vocabulary because the pool of everyday words is relatively small. Hearing grade level or higher text read aloud, paired reading of grade level text, and independent reading contribute in a meaningful way to vocabulary acquisition, particularly when it is supported by feedback from peers and adults. In addition, students' ability to understand word meanings can be enhanced through specific word instruction and instruction in word learning strategies such as dictionary use, morphemic analysis, and contextual analysis. I hope that this video has helped you learn how to administer and score the core vocabulary screening test.